honored to be here to acknowledge those game changers along the Interstate 19 from Nogales to Sarita and parts of eastern Santa Cruz County. We're going to start with Roger Babnu. Roger was ordained in 2017, but his ministry began 15 years ago with St. Andrew's Children's Clinic. He also has been with Cruzando Fronteras, the Crossing Frontiers, since its inception, collaborating to serve residents and immigrants who need food and shelter. He has spent so much of his time at the Dennis D. Concini Port of Entry that he is called El Pastor by border agents. Bernadette Cardwell. Bernadette and her vibrant smile, which I saw tonight, have been a part of Green Valley community for 15 years, ever since she drove across country from New Jersey to take a job at Tubac Country Club. She is, simply put, a great neighbor. Some of her friends at Villas West consider her their personal technology advisor. She also does a lot of driving to doctor's appointments and cares for and looks in on residents. She is the go-to girl for the neighborhood and beyond, a friend said, and we hear she's quite an artist. Anna Coleman. Through the Patagonia Youth Center, the Patagonia Youth Enrichment Center, Anna has been a saving grace for many. She and her husband, Steve, opened it in 2014. When the COVID-19 virus began to spread in 2020, the center closed its doors. But they didn't stop serving. Instead, Anna expanded their operation beyond their target audience. From March to May, she and her daughters took to the center's commercial kitchen to cook hundreds of meals each week for anybody in town. She also is a 19-year as a teacher at Elgin Elementary. Irene Coppola. Irene is the CEO of the Better Business Bureau serving Southern Arizona, but Sarita knows her for her devotion to helping others in her community. Irene is the chair of the Green Valley Salvation Army Advisory Board, for years playing a big role in the bell-ringing effort that raises thousands of dollars every holiday season. She also has organized many community events, such as the toy drives and school supplies drives, for several organizations. It's her everything happens for a reason attitude that allowed her to take challenges into an opportunity. Sue Eaton. Sue has been with the Sarita Food Bank and Community Resource Center for 13 years. It's her kind nature and genuine care that people notice. She is there tirelessly, daily, often 7 a.m. till mid-afternoon, fellow volunteer Cindy Nickerson said. Sue is willing to use her knowledge to help other volunteers and offer solutions to any problems that arise. A big recent challenge was getting through the pandemic with pledging donations, increased need, and a change in how the entire operation worked. That they came through and thrived. Sue Johnson. Sue volunteers at an elementary school in Sarita and serves as leader helping organize activities around town. She is also a board member for her HOA at Pueblo Estates and gets into the holiday spirit around Christmas, helping her neighbors decorate their homes as well. Friends of Sue say she's always watching out for neighbors who need help. Sue's wish for the world, that everybody would be more like the people she has met in her 10 years in Green Valley. And that's the truth. That's what brought me down here, is the volunteerism, and this community growth together is amazing. Green Valley, you should be very proud. Dr. Donnie Kildew. Dr. Donnie Kildew has always believed in giving back, whether it be in her professional capacity as a dentist or in her personal life. As a dentist in the community, Dr. Kildew worked many years with Hands of a Friend, an organization that helps women and their children who have suffered from domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and elder abuse. Dr. Kildew gave her time and resources to make dentures, put in crowns, and replace the teeth of women who were abused in a domestic violence situation. Because of her family's military background, Dr. Kildew made it a priority to help veterans with financial difficulties by helping them with new dentures and partials for free. Dr. Kildew community work also extended to the greater Tucson area, volunteering at SOME clinics so others may eat by helping the homeless with their dental health. Recently retired, Dr. Kildew has no plans to slow down when it comes to serving others. Jean Crayley. Jean Crayley has been a volunteer and a familiar face at the Amato Green Valley Community Food Bank for more than 10 years. She served on the Food Bank Advisory Board for 6 years and was president for 2. She was chair of the volunteer management team for 3 years and initiated the referral assistance program. Jean also volunteers at other local nonprofits every week, including the Valley Assistance Services, interacting with staff and clients at each agency. She feels fulfilled helping residents with a variety of needs and services. Edgardo Munoz and Melissa Gallegos. Original and imaginative, resourceful, innovative, and inspired. Meet the dynamic duo of Edgardo and Melissa. They have been building community as a team since 2013 when they started the Zero S3 movement, in short, in Spanish, for zero stress. Eduardo and Melissa and a handful of others started riding bicycles in downtown Nogales for their own pleasure. Since then, more than 100 participants have become part of the Zero S3 movement that provides a healthy lifestyle for residents of all ages. They have expanded to promote programs and events in Southern Arizona, including the Zero S3 Reptilians Youth Cycling Team that competes in events and participates in a recently established summer bike camp. They also formed We Love Nogales, a digital platform that promotes all the beneficial activities, events, programs, organizations that bring wellness to our communities. Cade Olaf. Yeah. At 18, Cade became a realtor. At 19, he became a landlord, buying a triplex in Tucson. At 21, he's helping others succeed through his Next Gen Referral Network, a group he leads that brings young entrepreneurs together to share ideas, encourage one another, and network. He's not camera shy. He has his own YouTube channel to share his financial knowledge to help others achieve financial freedom and host videos for the brokerage Suburban Real Estate Group. We can't wait to see what you do next. Luis Fernando Prada. Luis served as city attorney for Nogales and chief deputy county attorney for Santa Cruz County, and now is in private practice specializing in immigration law. Para served in the Persian Gulf War during Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm. His involvement in community activity runs from Little League coach to the Lions Club. He also is the founding chairman of the Keno Border Initiative, formed to foster binational solidarity on the issue of immigration on the U.S.-Mexico border. Ron Pulliam. Ron is the force behind Borderlands Restoration Network and Wildlife Corridors. Working in collaboration with the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management and the town of Patagonia, he was instrumental in obtaining grants funds to ensure 1,800 acres of land in the Sonoyta Creek Wildlife Corridor is kept in its natural state. He is Regents Professor Emeritus in the Eugene P. Odom School of Ecology at University of Georgia. Former positions included President of the Ecological Society of America, Director of the National Biological Service and Science Advisor to the Secretary of Interior. Sandy Ritchie. Ever since Sandy Ritchie moved to Green Valley in 2001, she has been serving. She has been Executive Director of the Green Valley Council on the Board of Valley Assistance Services and was on the Pima County Environmental Quality Advisory Council. She also snuck in some fun time as the White Elephant Parade judge that barely scratches the surface of the generous spirit. She still serves on the Green Valley Fire District Board and the GVC Environment. Dina has been a member of the Nogales Lions Club for 3 decades and is the CEO for Carondelet Holy Cross Hospital. Among other activities, Dina has served on the Governor's Council on Health, Physical Fitness and Sports, on the Governor's Emergency Medical Service Council, a passport member of the United Way of Santa Cruz County, and the Christmas and April Board. Jean Stevenson. In summer of 2020, with the pandemic in full swing, Green Valley Recreation limited occupancy at pools, and there were no volunteer instructors to lead a water aerobics workout at Las Campanas. Jean not only came forward as a volunteer, but also showed up a half hour early to help manage occupancy. It wasn't easy for her to turn away so many people. She continued leading every day for months, rain or shine, a friend said. With GVR and Las Campanas back to normal, Jean still volunteers as a water aerobics instructor 3 days a week and also is president and instructor for the Line Dancing Club. Henry Hank Feisel. Throughout their 42 years of marriage, Hank and his wife, Olivia, have fostered or adopted 20 children, in addition to their own 4 children. Since 2012, he has been involved with the Santa Cruz Valley Unified School District number 35, helping promote an override election and forming a parent advisory board. Hank worked diligently to convince the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors to install a roadside pathway to facilitate a walk to school program, and that now is part of a network of walkways that are a popular community amenity. When the Santa Cruz County Humane Society sought out its first executive director, Hank stepped up to the plate. Again, just a smattering of his involvement in his community. Shura Wallen. Shura is Green Valley's petite dynamo, known for her service throughout the community and into Mexico. She is actually in California tonight receiving another award, so her husband is here to receive her award. Before moving to Green Valley, Shura helped create a food program for homeless men in Northern California and was honored as one of Berkeley's Outstanding Women of the Year in 1996. She co-founded the Green Valley Sarita Samaritans, whose mission is to save lives and end suffering in the Arizona borderlands. The Green Valley Sarita Samaritans now has more than 300 members. Karen Webster. It's hard to pinpoint one area of expertise for Karen. She's a performer, an organizer, a volunteer, and a friend. Her work ethic is legendary, and she loves her community. Since the early 2000s, she has been an actor and board member of the GVR Valley Players, a nonprofit that brings live theater to the community. Karen also has volunteered 8 years as the manager for Friends of the GV Library Bookstore. For 18 years, she has worked as a volunteer of the Animal League of Green Valley and once single-handedly baked 300 frosted dog treats for the Animal League golf tournament. Eileen Wilson. For nearly 20 years, Eileen has been an important part of Green Valley's Sarita volunteer community, whether honoring first responders or helping somebody visit a spouse in the hospital. From July to December of 21, she organized numerous events honoring the Sarita Police Department officers, the Pima County Sheriff's Department deputies, Border Patrol agents, and their K-9 officers. In February, she organized an event to honor 100 veterans and their families. She just held another event a few days ago on Patriot Day to honor first responders. For several years, Eileen has been an avid volunteer at her church and Friends Indeed, and has been a provider of free transportation for those visiting hospitalized spouses. So our Good Corporate Citizen Award this year goes to Friends Indeed. Friends Indeed has been around almost as long as Green Valley. The nonprofit's history of public service began in 1971 when a group of women volunteered to help the community. Over the last 5 decades, they've built quite a resume. In 21, they loaned about 5,000 pieces of durable medical equipment. Volunteers made about 1,200 trips, racking up 46,000 miles, taking people to doctor's appointments and on shopping trips. And they have done blood pressure checks for thousands of residents. That just scratches the surface of one of Green Valley's long-standing service groups. We hope to see them active in decades to come. Before we get to our Legacy Award tonight, we want to have one special mention. We want to talk a little bit about Norma Marrion. She lived in Green Valley for more than 30 years before moving back to South Dakota in December to be near family after discovering she had cancer. Tonight, she is in hospice care. Norma was a retired nurse for more than 50 years, and when that chapter ended, she and her husband, Jerry, got involved in other areas, including picking up roadside trash, volunteering at Desert Hills Lutheran Church, and blessing others with acts of kindness, big and small. In 1958, she wrote a prayer where she asked God for sound judgment and sharp mind when she carried out her nursing duties. It read in part, "As a nurse, O Lord, give me kindness, patience, obedience, love, manual dexterity, alertness, and a sense of empathy for those who are sick in the mind and in the body." That prayer was answered throughout Norma's lifetime. And our Legacy Award this year is for Tim Trosper. Tim passed away December 26 and 21, but his gifts to our community in the form of service, hard work, and caring will always remain. Tim arrived in the 70s when he was heavily involved in Copper Hills Little League, a passion that would last decades. As a coach, mentor, board team leader, and the guy who got it done. While raising a family and growing his business, Green Valley Plumbing, he was involved in the Green Valley Sarita Chamber of Commerce, Optimist Club, American Legion Baseball, Friends of the NRA, the SUSD School Board, Salvation Army, Titan Missile Museum, Sarita Planning and Zoning Board, Genesis House, the Green Valley Baptist Church, and more. You can see why we're going to miss him. But his biggest treasure in his life of 44 years was his wife, Mary Jean, and their children and grandchildren. And we should not add fishing and hunting. Tim Trosper had a way of putting a smile on your face that will remain a part of his legacy too. Thank you, Tim, and your family for all you have done for us in Green Valley over the years. Well, I think you all can agree that each of these honorees have accomplished amazing things in our communities. Let's give them one more round of applause.